For this ornament, you're going to need one of these DIY ornaments that you can pick up at Dollar Tree. The bottom unscrews. You're also going to need some figures out of their Cobble Stone corner. Now you can either choose to do maybe a snowman. I'm going to use the little Santa here. I wanted to do both, but they're not going to fit. So I want to use Santa kind of in the front. I want this adorable little lamppost behind him. And then I want to add a little green tree. Now the trees also come from Dollar Tree. In a package of 6, they have several different colors to choose from, but I decided to go with just the green. And I only need one. Now you need to make sure that you leave a little bit of room all the way around so that you can screw the top back on. But once you have their placement, you can start to glue them down. For your convenience, in the description box below is a detailed list of all the tools and materials I used to complete each project. Doesn't that look adorable? And if you didn't want to do the Santa, you can always do the cute little snowman. You're also going to need some faux snow. Dollar Tree has 2 different kinds. I like this one because it's all sparkly. They also have the kind that are the little white balls, so you can use whichever one you like. You just want to give it a good wipe down. Then take some of your snow and add it to the top section. I put in enough just to cover the bottom. Put the top in and get it screwed on. Then you have a cute little snow globe for your Christmas tree. I picked up this really pretty ribbon from Dollar Tree. And here on the bottom, I'm going to run the ribbon around just to kind of disguise the top. I'm going to start here in the back. I think the little scene is absolutely adorable, and I like the touch of the ribbon. I was thinking about adding a bow up here, but when I tried it, it just looked like it was too much and you couldn't really see the scene, so I'm going to leave it just like that. To get started on today's project, you're going to need one of the Dollar Tree's DIY ornaments. I'm going to be using this one. It's round, but it's also pretty flat. They also have ones that are colored white. You can use the clear or the white, whichever you can find in your store. Now to prep this, I'm going to remove the top here. And I want to wrap the top here with the masking tape. I just want to make sure I don't get any paint on the threads. I'm going to be using Apple Barrel Matte White. Now before I start to paint, I just want to make sure I get any kind of oils or anything off so I don't have any trouble with the paint adhering to the plastic. Depending on what paint you're using, it may take more than one coat, but I want to get a nice even coat of white paint on my ornament. I'm going to use a dowel rod. That way I can paint both sides and allow it to dry. Now I found these amazing rub-on transfers for winter and Christmas on Amazon. I picked up 3 different packages. I will have them linked in my Amazon associate shop under craft supplies. So this is the package that I'm going to be using. I wanted to share with you what they look like. This one has lots of animals and trees, cabins, houses, snowmen. But they give you a really nice variety, so you can put them together however you like. This one is really pretty. Now this is the one that I'm going to be using. I'm going to use this cute little snowman here and this tree. I think they have the right color tones to go together. My ornament, the paint is dry to the touch. I did go back and do a second coat. And now I'm going to apply my rub-on transfers. I'm going to start here with the tree. You need to peel the white piece of paper off of the back and then determine where you want to place it. I'm just going to use a craft stick and get that rubbed on. You don't have to press down hard, just be gentle. If you're enjoying today's content, make sure to subscribe. And when the notification bell pops up, if you hit that too, YouTube will let you know every time I upload new content. And I do upload new content to my channel every week. That transferred over quite nicely. Now I'm going to place my snowman. Okay, that did pretty good. I did remove a little bit of the paint. I should have probably let the paint dry a little bit more, but that's okay. I'm going to add some other decor around the edges to dress this up, and that'll hide that. But very pretty. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm going to get a coat of Mod Podge on here, and I'm using the matte. And I'm going to go over the front and the back. I grabbed a package of glitter. It had 2 packages of white, and that's what I was looking for. So while this is still wet here on the back side, I'm going to sprinkle on some of the glitter. We'll let that guy dry, and then we'll add some more to the front. Now my ornament is nice and dry, but I am getting fallout from the glitter, so I'm going to add another coat. Plus I want to add a little bit more glitter on the front here, as well as some fake snow. This time, instead of matte, I'm going to be using gloss. I'm going to start on the back. I have some more of the same glitter. I'm going to add this to the front. As I'm placing the glitter here on the front, I want to make sure I get it down on the bottom where they're sitting on the snow and around the outside of the image. I don't mind getting a little bit of the glitter or the snow on the tree, but I want to see the majority of my snowman. Once you have all the artificial snow on that you like, you want to shake off any excess and set this to the side and let it fully dry. Once it's fully dry, I am going to put another coat of the gloss Mod Podge on to secure all of the artificial snow. My cute little snowman ornament is all nice and dry, and it has that perfect sparkle that you see on snow. I love it. Now I replaced the top. I want to do a few more things here to dress it up. I did a basic little bow with this beautiful glitter ribbon. I did get that from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to place this up at the top. And then I have just a few little silver glitter balls. I'm going to put those right in the middle. Absolutely adorable. The light on my Christmas tree is going to make that just sparkle. Now you can do this with napkins as well if you can find a really pretty design that you love that will fit on these. Very, very cute. And I just love that little bit of sparkle and glisten. For our next project, you're going to need a 5x7 wood plaque. And I'm going to get a good coat of Apple Barrel's matte white paint. Depending on what paint you're using, you may need to use more than one coat. Allow your paint to fully dry before you move on to the next step. The first coat on my plaque here is all dry. So I laid out a little bit more white, some sky blue by Apple Barrel, and some, let's see, Admiral Blue by Apple Barrel. So I'm just creating a horizon line. This is where my snow is and this is where my sky is. And I'm just kind of going back and forth and mixing in with the colors until I get it kind of streaky. And it's a little lighter here at the bottom and gets a little darker as it comes up. Can also kind of put in a little bit of clouds. Gonna let that dry and then we'll move on to the next step. My paint is completely dry. I'm very happy. I have snow and a beautiful sky. Now I'm going to use some of the same stencils on the same sheet. I like this one right here. It has a house, really cute little snowman, a deer, and some trees. I have all my pieces cut out, and when you cut them out with this material, you need to get rather close. The clear area is rather sticky, so if your paint hasn't cured for a full 24 hours, you may have issues of it peeling when you go to take this off. Now there's a horizon line here in this image, so I want to line that up with the horizon line that I left on my picture here. So I want to place it there. Just a little bit. And then on this side, to help fill in, I pulled out a single tree. So I want to place that on the side here. I also found another smaller reindeer, that in the front, and a little bit of a fence which I want to place over here. Now this larger will look like it's right up front, while these are smaller. They will look more in the distance, and that's what I'm looking for. And I'm not really overlapping, maybe a little bit here, because I don't want to have any issues of this lifting up what I've already laid down, because I haven't worked with this too much. But so far the images are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to start with my largest piece. Okay. You need to remove the white paper on the back. And I'm just going to use a large craft stick and go over the image and rub it on. That transferred over beautifully. Look at how beautiful that is with those transfers. Gorgeous. Now I'm very happy with that. And anything that came over the edge a little bit here on the tree, I just took off. I want a nice clean white all the way around, but I am very happy with that. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. A perfect little winter or Christmas scene. Want to dress it up a little bit and protect it. So I'm going to cover the top here with Mod Podge gloss. Just get one nice even coat of Mod Podge on there. Now the one thing about Mod Podge is it's not perfectly clear when it's wet, but when it dries it will be perfectly clear. So I know I have a nice even coat. And now I have some white glitter. Came in a package like this. I may come back and use a little bit of the silver, but I want to add a little of this to my project here, mainly where the snow is. I like that it adds that little bit of extra sparkle, which I like at Christmas. And I'm just going to go in and add a little bit where I want it, a little here on the tree. Perfect, exactly what I was looking for. I'm going to let this dry and then I'll go over it one more time with a light coat of Mod Podge. Our little winter scene is all nice and dry and I'm very pleased with the end result. Now if you wanted to hang this on the wall, this is nice and thick, so you can just take some jute cord and staple it onto the back or hot glue it. I'm probably just going to be setting this out on a side table or on my mantle. But I'm very pleased with that. I love how it came out. Now each package has about 9 to 14 sheets depending on which one you choose, and I did pick up 3 different ones. You can check them out in my Amazon associate shop under craft supplies. For our next DIY, you'll need one of these plastic jars that you can pick up over in the beauty section at Dollar Tree. And I just took the lid out and painted the top with a Krylon Gloss Cherry Red. It's completely dry. And now for this guy, I have a couple pieces from the Cobble Stone corner. This cute little elf holding a package and a sleigh full of packages. And then I also have two of these small green Christmas trees. One in the package you get like 6, and some are larger and some are smaller, so I have one of each. Now you can put these in however you want. I'm just going to glue them to the bottom. You'll want to play with the placement before you glue them in to make sure everything's going to fit the way that you want. Very cute. And then you just need to top it off with some of the faux snow that you can get at Dollar Tree. And there you go, cute little snow globe in a jar. Quick and easy, and you can create it using any of the Cobble Stone miniatures. Now to help the paint stick on these guys, because they are a pretty slick plastic, just take some sandpaper, it doesn't matter what grade, and just go over it lightly around the outside. This is going to help that paint to stick, and you're not going to notice any scratches or anything once you get it painted. So basically just kind of take off the sheen. And then before you paint, wipe off any dust or residue that's left over from the sanding. Now I have all 4 of my plastic toy soldiers completely covered in white paint. And I did discover after I painted, I did miss some of the hair. So I'm just taking a nail file and going through and removing that. Now I did let my paint fully set up. I let this dry for a few days, so it's completely cured. And I ran across a drip on the bottom of this one, so I just took my file and filed that down. So anything that looks funny that didn't dry right, or maybe you missed some hair or you got a little drip, that's okay. Just take a nail file and go over the area and smooth it out. If you take too much of the paint off and you can see underneath again, that's okay. Just go back and touch up those areas. But I think they look pretty cute, and now we're ready to move on to the next step. You're also going to need some rub and buff. Now they make several different colors of rub and buff. This is the sterling silver. They also make gold leaf and antique gold. So I went ahead and did this guy, and I've just gone in and done some accenting. I've left part of him white, and I've accented others with the silver. I think he came out really good. And a little of this goes a long way. Just put a little bit out on my paper there. Then I like to use a nice soft small bristle brush. And then just go in and accent. The heavier you paint it on, the more solid it's going to look. You can also go back after you've laid some down with a soft towel and kind of wipe it. That will move the paint around. So I just do a little bit at first. You can always go back and add more. Now, as you can see, you can go in with a dry towel and buff that out, and it becomes super shiny. So just go in and add as much or as little as you like, and use whatever color is available to you or that you like. I did pick up Rub and Buff from Amazon. You can find it in my Amazon associate shop under craft supplies. Now I did get a little bit down here. I'm not worried about that. I can always go back with some white paint and touch up anything that I feel like I messed up on or needs a little bit of a cleaner line. I am all done with my little nutcrackers, and I'm really happy with how they came out. I wanted something very simplistic, but a little bit more regal, and I think I achieved that. Now when I did the spray painting, it took so many coats that I ended up having to do it late at night. And I did leave them outside and it got cold and the paint got a little textured. But that's okay. I kind of like it. It gives it another dimension. But I have all 4 of them done and shined up, and I think they came out so pretty. You would never know these started out as Dollar Tree plastic nutcrackers. Now if you prefer a gold finish, then use gold Rub and Buff. They also have bronze. You can do black, you can do red, pretty much any color. I'm very pleased with how my nutcrackers came out. My front room, all the furniture is light blue, so I like to do a lot of white and silver for Christmas. So these are going to go in my front room. For this project, you're going to need a large wooden tag. I did pick this up on clearance at Walmart for $3. This is about 18 inches by 11.5. First thing I want to do is get a good coat of matte white paint, and this is Apple Barrel. My first coat is nice and dry. Now I want to add a little bit of shiplap, not a lot, just a little. So I have a gray colored pencil. I picked up some stencils from Hobby Lobby. I like this one. It says Merry Christmas. On the other side you get a truck. And then this one, on one side it says Believe, and then it has ornaments on the other side. So I'm going to use the Merry Christmas in a couple of the ornaments. I think I want to place it about center. And then I want to place one ornament down here and then one ornament up here. So I think I'm going to drop that even a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Merry Christmas, and I'm going to use Cardinal Crimson by Apple Barrel. Okay, now I'm just going to hold this down, and you want to pounce right up and down. So I got my two ornaments on in my Merry Christmas, and I have to say I'm not very pleased with the stencils. They did a lot of bleeding, even though I controlled how much paint I used and I only pounced up and down. So to make this look a little bit better for me, I have gone in and I'm working on cleaning those lines up with my paint pens. On this one, most of the stripes were covered, so I'm going in with a green paint pen and adding the lines back, but instead of in white, they're in green. So you do need to have a little bit of a steady hand. So as you can see, that's cleaning that up rather nicely, and I like the red and green. And I'm doing the same thing here with the Merry Christmas. You can see I've gone over the M and the E, and you can see there's just a little bit of bleeding around the edges, and I just don't like that. So I'm going over and cleaning it up. Now the red that I'm using is a little bit lighter, but that's okay. It's just going to look like highlights on the Merry Christmas. Now this one, even though it did smudge a little bit, I'm happy with how that came out. I'm not going to mess with that one. Okay, so I went over my Merry Christmas. I added the green here, and then I did decide to go ahead and add a little bit of green to the other ornament. So I think that looks much better. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of antiquing all the way around. I'm going to be using Waverly Antique Wax and my favorite chip brush. This is an old guy. It's been around for a long time. So I'm just going to dab in a little bit. I'm going to start here on the end. Just lightly hit the end and drag up just a little bit. I don't want to pull it all the way through. I just want to go around the edges. Okay, so everything is nice and dry. You can see I did a little bit of antiquing just around the edges and a little bit around the hole. And I'm very happy with that. Now I want to add some greenery up here and a bow. I picked up one stem from Joann's, and it had all these different types of greenery. And then I just went in and cut out whatever I did for one side, I cut out the same for the other. So this is for one side, and then these are for the other. I have 3 pieces. And to attach them, I'm going to use my staple gun. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing over on the other side, but I'm going to give myself some space to put my bow. So I have my green wreath stapled on. I'm also going to hit it with a little bit of hot glue. Let's go ahead and make our bow now. I'm going to be using my Deluxe Easy Bow Maker. You also need a full-length pipe cleaner and some red and white mixed ribbon. I'm going to be using this one. I thought it was very pretty. I did pick it up from Costco. It's 1.5 inches at 50 yards. But any pretty red and white ribbon will work. So I don't need a very long tail because it's on my sign here, so I'm only going to start with 6 inches. I'm going to pinch and twist. On your tails, the nice side of your ribbon should be facing up, but once you come through to start to make your loops, the nice side of your ribbon should be facing down. I'm going to measure about 4.5 inches and I'm going to make 3 loops on either side. Okay, so I have my 3 loops on either side at about 4.5 inches. Now I'm going to do 2 loops on either side at 3 inches. Now I want to do one more loop, but I want it to be a rather small loop. This is going to be my center loop for my bow. So I'm only going to do about a 2-inch loop. Then I'm going to come back through the large and small dowel rod. So my tail's on the correct side. Measure to 6 inches and cut. Take your full-length pipe cleaner, slide it down on one side till you're next to your dowel rods. Push all your ribbon down so it's nice and snug. Pinch your pipe cleaners. Lift out. That will help keep everything stacked. Now because I did a center loop, I need to make sure I have that piece over on the correct side so that my bow does not fall apart. Cross over and pull those pipe cleaners to the back. Get that nice and snug and give a couple twists. I just like to open up my center loop there. And just spread out and open up your loops. Isn't that adorable? I'll do my final adjusting and trim my tails once I get it onto the project. I want to get my bow on right there. I think that's going to look so cute. And the first thing I'm going to do is staple down my pipe cleaners here. So I have a couple staples in the pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to add some hot glue and then fold the bow back over that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? My bow is on. I did go ahead and add a little bit of the red berries on either side. I took these off of a larger stem. I think that looks so adorable. The last thing I want to do is add a hanger here at the top. And I'm going to use some of the white nautical rope. Just need to decide approximately where I want that hanger. Okay, so I cut a piece. And now I'm going to take both ends and feed it from the front to the back. So it looks like that. And now I'm going to staple this down and add some hot glue so it does not come loose. As you can see, I have the rope stapled and glued down in the back. It's nice and secure and not going to go anywhere. I love the bow. That ribbon is so pretty. Makes for a beautiful tag for your front door or for your wall. Very pretty.